Assalamu alaikum. Friends, welcome back to the channel, The Faithful Academy. We are a homeschooling family. We are continuing to read the series, The Prophets of Allah. Today we're starting Volume 3. Volume 3 covers the stories of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, Prophet Shoaib alayhi salam, Prophet Musa alayhi salam, and Prophet Harun alayhi salam. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, Part 1. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had two sons who were also prophets. The first was Prophet Ismail alayhi salam, and the younger was Prophet Ishaq alayhi salam. Many of Ishaq alayhi salam's children were prophets as well, including Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam. Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, the grandson of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, had 12 sons. One of the youngest son was Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Thus, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam was clearly the product of a historic and blessed family. Yusuf alayhi salam and his brother Binyamin were the youngest sons of Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam. Their mother was a beautiful and intelligent woman named Rahid. Yaqub alayhi salam's other sons had a different mother. It was clear to everyone that Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam loved Yusuf alayhi salam very much, even more than his other children, and this made Yusuf alayhi salam's half-brothers very jealous. The strange dream. One night, when Yusuf alayhi salam was a young child, he had the strangest dream. In his dream, he saw 11 stars and the sun and the moon all bowing down before him. He did not know what the vision meant, but he knew that it had some significance. So the next day, he rushed to his father and told him all about it. "Oh, father," he exclaimed, "in my dream I saw 11 stars, and the sun and the moon all bowing down before me." Allah had blessed Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam with the gift of interpreting dreams. He knew right away what his son's dreams signified. "This is a special dream from Allah that will one day come true," he told his child. "The 11 stars that you saw are your 11 brothers, and the sun and the moon represent your father and mother." Although this was indeed a blessed dream and a reason to be joyful, Yaqub alayhi salam warned his son to be careful. "Do not tell your brothers about this dream. They will become jealous and try to hurt you. Allah will teach you the meanings of dreams," he continued. "Our family will be blessed because of you, just like your grandfather, Prophet Ishaq alayhi salam, and your great-grandfather, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, were blessed before you." Although he was still quite young, Yusuf alayhi salam understood that Allah had a special plan for him. The brothers' plan. Yusuf alayhi salam grew to be an extremely handsome and intelligent young lad. It was clear to his brothers that he was a very special relationship. It was clear to his brothers that he had a very special relationship with their father, and this made them very jealous. "Even though we are good sons, our father loves Yusuf and Binyamin more than he loves us," they complained to each other. Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam knew that his other sons were jealous of Yusuf alayhi salam, and this bothered the elderly Prophet alayhi salam. He tried to protect Yusuf alayhi salam by keeping him nearby as much as possible. He rarely left Yusuf alayhi salam alone with his other sons, fearing that they would try to hurt him. One day, one of the brothers came up with a plan. "Why don't we kill Yusuf or send him away to a far-off land?" he asked his brothers. "Then we won't have to share our father's love with him." The other brothers felt that it was much too cruel to kill their own brother, so they discussed other possibilities. "I have a better plan. I have a better idea, suggested another. Why don't we throw him into the well and leave him there? Some travelers are sure to find him when they stop to fetch water. The other brothers liked this idea very much. They could quickly get rid of Yusuf alayhi salam without having to kill him. They spent many hours detailing this devious plan. The next morning, the brothers went to their father. "Oh, father," they said innocently, "will you please let Yusuf come play with us today? We will take good care of him." But Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam did not trust his sons. He tried to find reasons for not allowing Yusuf alayhi salam to go with them. "What if a wolf comes and takes him away while you are not looking?" he asked. "We are a large group and we are strong enough to fight off any wolves that may try to harm our brother," they quickly replied. Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam sighed. Although he still felt uneasy, he gave in and allowed Yusuf alayhi salam to go with them. Yusuf alayhi salam followed his brothers to the distant field where they had planned their scheme, not knowing what was about to happen to him. As they approached the well, the brothers looked around to make sure that they were not being watched. Suddenly, they grabbed young Yusuf alayhi salam as his back was turned. They stripped his shirt off and tossed him into the well, where he landed with a splash. Yusuf alayhi salam could not believe what was happening. He had always known that his brothers were not very loving towards him, but this was something he had never expected. Ignoring Yusuf alayhi salam's cries for help, his brothers held a quick meeting to discuss their next move. According to the plan, they slaughtered a nearby goat and soaked Yusuf alayhi salam's tattered shirt in its blood. When they finally reached home, it was getting dark. Before they entered the house, they purposely made tears fall from their eyes. Then together they ran into the house screaming and crying. "Oh, father!" They pretended to weep. "Something horrible has happened to Yusuf. We left him to watch our things while we raced. When we returned, he was gone. We think that he was eaten by a wolf." The boys showed him the bloody shirt. Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam was not fooled for even 1 minute. He was deeply saddened by his son's behavior. He knew that they had done something bad to Yusuf alayhi salam and that they were lying to cover it up. Tears of sorrow welled up in his eyes as he told his sons how ashamed he was of them. "You may think that these lies are the truth, but I will be patient and Allah will soon make the truth be known." Hurt by their jealous behavior, he turned and left them. Once alone, he prayed and prayed for Yusuf alayhi salam's safe return. He asked Allah to give his missing son strength and courage while he was on his own. Many days and nights passed and still there was no sign of Yusuf alayhi salam. Yaqub alayhi salam continued to shed so many tears that he eventually became blind. Okay, friends, thank you so much for reading along with us the beginning, part 1 of story of Yusuf alayhi salam. Please don't forget to subscribe and join us in our next video with the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, part 2. Assalamu alaikum.